Hi children, this is Lakshmi Arvinda. Today we are going to learn about the chapter number 1 integers continuation, which is part number 3. Means in last part 1 and part 2 we already learnt about what is an integer and how we can do addition, subtraction and multiplication on the integers, and what all the properties satisfied by the addition, subtraction and multiplication. Now today we are going to see the division of integers. Here whenever we'll see the division, we already know how to do the division for the normal whole numbers. Even for a large whole number, smaller whole numbers, we are learning from the our lower classes. Now here what is special whenever we are doing the integers in division means here the sign will play a key role. Means result, what sign we have to assign, that we will decide based on the dividend and divisor sign. Means based on the number which we are going to divide and based on the number by which we are going to divide. Okay, so now see the first rule. The rule number 1, if division of an integer by an integer of the same sign, means if both dividend and divisor are having the same sign, then we will get positive for the result. Example, 50 divided by 10. Both also 50 also positive, 10 also positive. So 50 divided by 10 is equals to 5. That too will give plus 5. Next, minus 50 divided by minus 10. Here also we can observe that both dividend minus 50, divisor minus 10, both also negative, same sign. So the result is 5, and which 5 means positive 5. As I told you already, if both the integers are having the same sign, even if it is a negative, also we will get the positive for the result. Next, division of an integer by an integer of opposite sign is always negative. For example, if we are dividing two numbers, the two numbers are having a different sign, means one is positive, one is negative, one is negative, one is positive, then the result will get minus, means negative sign. Here if you'll see, minus 50 divided by 10. 50 divided by 10 is 5. There will be no change at all in a division process. Now come for the sign. If you'll see the sign, for 50 it's a minus, for the 10 it's a plus. So negative by positive, automatically the result will get negative. Next, 50 divided by minus 10. Again same way, 50 divided by 10, there is no change, 5 only. Whenever we will see 50, it's a positive and 10 is a negative. So one is positive, one is negative, automatically the result will be negative. Next, in a division, 66 divided by 11 is equals to 6. Here, which is the dividend? 66, and 11 is the divisor and 6 is the quotient. Here there will be no remainder will be there, children. If we will get any remainder, then we will, means anything it is there left over after doing the division, then we will call it as a remainder. And always we are having one division algorithm which will be satisfied by the all the divisions. What is that division algorithm means? Always dividend is equals to divisor into quotient plus remainder. Okay. For example, if we'll see the above example only, dividend is 66 is equals to divisor 11 into quotient 6, remainder 0. Now 66 is equals to 11 into 6, 66. Both the sides same answer. Okay. Now we will see some properties of division of integers. First one. If m and n are two integers, then m divided by n is not necessarily an integer. Here, what it is trying to say means, if we'll take any two integers, as we know, if you'll add any two integers, you will get an integer again. If you'll multiply any two integers, again you will get integer only. Even if you'll subtract in between, subtraction if you'll perform between any two integers, again you will get integer only. But whenever you are doing performing a division between two integers, then you no need to get an integer again as an answer. For example, here 18 divided by 5. If we'll do this, you'll get 3.4. 3.4 is not an integer. Next, if any integer, if you'll divide with the same integer, then automatically you'll get 1. Okay, here if m is a non-zero integer, then m divided by m is equals to 1. It will be applicable for all the integers. Here example 34 divided by 34 is equals to 1. Now, for every non-zero integer m, if we'll divide it with the 1, means m divided by 1 is equals to m. Means if we'll divide any integer with the 1, you will get the same integer as a result. Here 81 divided by 1, the result is 81 again. Next, for every integer m, m divided by 0 is not meaningful, is not defined. Here we are having two conditions. One is anything divided by 0, one more is 0 divided by anything. Here the first point is showing anything divided by 0. There will be no meaning for this type of sums. You cannot divide any number with the 0. Okay, next. If you can divide 0 with any another number, but you will get answer 0. Here this is the second point. 0 divided by m is equals to 0. You can divide 0 with any number, but answer will be 0. Means 0 divided by 6 is equals to 0. Even if we'll take 0 divided by 1 crore also, it will be 0 only. Now we'll see few sums from our exercise children 1.4. Question number 1. Evaluate each of the following. First one, minus 30 divided by 10. Here first we'll do normal division. 30 divided by 10 means 10 ones are 10, 10 threes are 30. So the result is 3. Now come for the sign. If we'll see the sign, 30 is negative and 10 is positive. As I told you already, if both are having the same sign, you will get the positive. If both are having different sign, then you have to get the negative. Isn't it? So, minus by plus, you will get minus. Now, minus 49 divided by 49. Same way, first we will do the division. 49 by 49, the result is 1. Now come for the sign. 149 is negative, 149 is positive. So both are having the different sign, automatically the result will get negative sign. Next, E. 13 divided by, in the brackets, minus 2 plus 1. Solution. Here, first we will do whatever it is there inside the brackets. So 13 divided by minus 2 plus 1. Inside the bracket, now 13 divided by minus 2 plus 1 means 1 is negative, 1 is positive. That time you have to subtract smaller number from the bigger number. So if we will subtract 1 from the 2, we will get 1. Now we have to assign bigger number sign for the result. Here bigger number sign is minus. So 1 will get minus. Now 13 divided by minus 1. Now 13 is positive, 1 is negative. 13 by 1 means 13 only. Whenever we will come for the sign, positive by negative, two different signs, you will get in a division process negative for the result. So why minus 13? Next, question number 2. Verify that A divided by B plus C is not equals to A divided by B plus A divided by C. Is it looking like anywhere? Means have you seen this type of thing anywhere, children? Yes, children, we are having the same thing in our multiplication. Instead of division, we use it their multiplication. That there will call it as a distributive property. Okay, but that property will not satisfied by the division process. Now we will check whether it will be correct or not. Now see, each of the following, here they are giving different values for A, B, C. By using these values, we have to check, children. First one, A is equals to 12, B is equals to -4, C is equals to 2. To verify, A divided by B plus C is not equals to A divided by B plus A divided by C. Left hand side, LHS means left hand side, whatever it is there, I am doing it in one column. And right hand side, whatever it is there, I am doing in this side column. Now see here. Left hand side, A divided by B plus C. So A is 12 divided by B plus C. B is -4 plus 2. Whenever you are, now first we have to simplify whatever it is there inside the brackets. If you will see inside the brackets, -4 plus 2 means whenever we are adding two numbers, if they are having the different sign, we have to subtract smaller from bigger. So 4 minus 2, we will get 2. Now the result will get the sign of bigger number. Bigger number sign is minus. So automatically -2. Now 12 divided by -2. Now 12 divided by 2 is 6. Now come for the sign again. Positive by negative. Two different signs will get negative for the answer. Now come for the right hand side, RHS. A divided by B plus A divided by C. Here 12 divided by -4 plus 12 divided by 2. Now 12 divided by -4 plus 12 divided by 2. That only I am writing in detail way down. Now come for the first division. 12 divided by 2, 4 means 12 divided by 4 will get 3. Now come for the sign. If you will see the sign, one is positive, one is negative, automatically the result will get negative. Plus 12 divided by 2. 2 ones are 2 6 are. So the result will get 6. Now if you will observe, -3 plus 6. One is negative, one is positive. Again we have to subtract. Now 6 minus 3 we will get 3. And the bigger number is plus 6. So result will be plus 3. And we can verify that both the sides there is no equality. One side is -6, one side is 3. So what we can conclude, the distributive property what we are having for the multiplication will not be satisfied by the division. Okay, in this main only one more B sum it is that you have to verify and you have to see, children. Now question number 4. Write 5 pairs of integers A comma B such that A minus B is equals to -3. One pair, sorry, it's not A minus B, it's A divided by B should be -3. One such pair is 6 comma -2. Because 6 divided by -2, the solution is -3. That is the question, children. Now what they are asking is, briefly I'll explain. If we'll divide any two integers, answer we should get -3. So we can take any integers, children. So where and all you will get 3 as a result, we'll just check. First they only given 6 divided by -3. So 6 divided by 2 automatically 3. And 6 is positive, 2 is negative. So the result will get -3. The same example we can take 6 as a negative, 2 as a positive. Because when we will get negative sign for the result means when there is a different signed integers, means both the integers whichever participating in the division process should be having both different sign. So here -6 and 2. The same only. Now I am removing negative for the 2 and I am adding negative for the 6. Now if you will see, 6 by 2 is 3 and minus by plus. Again I will get minus. In a same way, next process. 3 divided by 1, we will get 3. But we want -3. So add minus for any one of the integer. Now I am adding for -3. Same way, 9 divided by 3, we will get 3. But we want -3. So again add negative for any of the integer. Now I am adding minus for 9. So -9 by 3, we will get -3. In a same way, we can write many, children. Where and all you will get 3 as a quotient. Okay, 3 as the quotient. For example, you can take 3 here, 3 divided by 1 over. Next 12 divided by 4, 15 divided by 5, 60 divided by 20. Like that you can take many, as many you can. Next, question number 6. In a class test, plus 3 marks are given for every correct answer and minus 2 marks are given for every incorrect answer, and no marks for not attempting any question. Now, marks given for the now we are having different questions for this. First, I'll write whatever they given information. What they are saying is marks given for the correct answer is equals to plus 3. And marks given for the incorrect answer is equals to minus 2. Now, marks given for not attempting any question will be 0. Now, first question. Radhika scored 20 marks. If she had got 12 correct answer, how many questions had she attempted incorrectly? As we know already, children, if she'll attempt 12 questions correctly means 12 threes are 36 she will get. But she got 20 only, means the remaining marks, after getting 36, the remaining marks she lost because of her incorrect answers. So how many we have to find? Now see here. Total marks scored by her is 20. Now number of correct answers are 12. So marks for the correct answers. Each question correct answer will carry a plus 3. So 12 questions, 12 into 3 is equals to 36. Now, marks for incorrect answer. So, minus 2 into number of incorrect answers we don't know. So, number of incorrect answers into minus 2. For not attempt, 0. So, no need to 0 into number of not attempt, that and all. Almost all will get 0 only. Next. Now, total marks will be marks for the correct answer plus marks for incorrect answer plus marks for not attempt. Now come for marks for correct answer. Total marks she got 20. Now marks for correct answers means we already calculated she attempted 12 correct answers. So 12 into 3, 36 we got in a last slide, plus minus 2 into number of incorrect answers we don't know. So minus 2 into number of incorrect answers plus 0. Now this side plus 36. If it will come this side, minus 36 is equals to minus 2 into number of incorrect answers. Now 20 minus 36 will get minus 16. Because 20 is positive, 36 is negative. Automatically we will do the subtraction. After doing subtraction, we will get 16. And 16 will get the sign of the bigger number minus 36. So minus 16 is equals to minus 2 into number of incorrect answers. Now number of incorrect answers equals to, here minus 2 is in a multiplication. So if I will send that side to that side of the equal, it will go for the division. So minus 16 by minus 2. Minus will get cancelled. 2 1s are 2 8s are 16. So number of incorrect answers, 2 1s are 2 8s are. So number of incorrect answers is 8. So Radhika attempted 8 questions incorrectly. So why she got 20 marks. Now here is your practice time, children. So please do it and send me back the answers within a week. Thank you, children. Keep learning. Stay safe. Stay well. Lakshmi Aravinda.